Hey guys, I use the 20 period moving average on all of my charts. If I had to pick one indicator to put on a chart and I couldn't use anything else, it would be the 20. So I use the 20 period simple moving average. Here in TradingView, it's the red line. But one of the questions I get asked a lot is, should I be using extended hours trading? And should I be using the 20 on extended hours, or should I be using the 20 on regular hours trading? These two charts show the two different time frames. This one is with extended hours and this one is without. So you can see on this side, this is the Qs. You can see this is the Qs, how it closed yesterday, and this is how it opened today. This is extended hours, so you can actually see trading prior to the open. This day in particular gives a really good example of what you have to pay attention to if you're using extended trading hours and the 20 on extended hours. One of the trades that I like to use a lot is a power bar move off of the 20 that clears either support or resistance. Support if it's going lower, resistance if it's going higher. What you can see here is in the extended hours trading, there was a setup when the Qs moved lower here, and that was basically a power bar that was clearing this support area. So you had a trade setup off of the extended hours chart using the 20 and a 2-minute chart. That's fine to do, but if you're using extended hours, especially around the open, what you have to pay attention to is the regular hours chart and where the 20 is on the regular hours chart. And here's why. This setup looked really good, and it looked like a short that was playable. But what happened, and I'll move forward a little bit, what happened as this setup formed off the 20, right? The falling 20 on the extended hours. At the same time, on the regular hours chart where the 20 is, it was catching the market with a rising 20. And you can see the market hit that 20 and it was like a lightning rod, and the market took off from there. So this was a pullback to the 20 and then a move higher. So this trade setup failed on the extended hours chart because of what was happening on the regular hours chart. So if you're using extended hours, you have to pay attention to the regular hours and where the 20 is in the regular hours chart. If you're just using regular hours and not using the extended hours, then you really don't have to pay that much attention to the extended hours. One of the things you want to look at is where the market got to prior to the open. You want to look to those highs and see what that looks like, or look to the lows and see what that looks like if we're moving lower on the day. But you really don't have to pay that much attention to where the 20 is on the extended hours. This is a little different if you're trading, say, the futures, and you're constantly trading those in the pre-market. But you really need to pay attention to the regular hours, even if you're doing futures, because you're going to get movement based off the regular hours chart and where the 20 is. And again, you can see we gapped up, pulled back to that rising 20, and then took off again. So again, that trade setup, if you were trading futures or if you were doing zero DTEs, this trade setup, which looked decent, actually would have failed because of what was happening on the regular hours. Again, you don't have to pay that much attention if you're not trading pre-market or really after hours. I would just stick with the regular hours chart and the 20 on that chart. You'll get fewer trades, right? You wouldn't have gotten this trade setup on the regular hours chart, right? Because you were still well above the 20. So if you're trading off of a move from the 20 that originates from the 20, so a power bar move originates from the 20 or very near the 20 and clears resistance if it's moving higher like this to the left. This was a power bar move. Buy into this bar with a stop at the bottom of this bar. And you got a nice kind of 2 push move. One, a little pullback, and a second push. So that would have been a power bar long that worked off the 20 and the regular hours trading. So that's basically how I use the 20, and whether or not I use the extended hours, especially if it's early in the morning, I'm paying attention to the extended hours and the 20 on it. But if it goes into the day and we are, half an hour in, then I'm basically just using the regular hours chart. So I hope that answers the question on when to use extended hours and what you have to pay attention to as far as the 20 goes if you're trading off the 20. Thanks.